Launching a print-on-demand business in 2025 is an incredible opportunity. You can start an automated online store with little to no risk in a matter of hours that has the potential to make you hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. But like any great business, POD has plenty of challenges. In this in-depth tutorial video, I'm going to be covering my favorite softwares, platforms, tips, tricks, and strategies to launch a profitable online print-on-demand store in just a few hours. This includes how to source products, choose a print-on-demand provider, build an e-commerce store, create designs for your products, and make sure you stick around until the end where I talk through some of my best marketing strategies for making sales. Are you ready? Let's jump in. The first thing I want to cover in this video is what is print on demand and how does it work for anyone out there that's not familiar with print on demand as a business model. And I also want to let you know that you can skip through this video with the chapters below. If you want to skip to a certain section, this is a little bit of a longer video, so feel free to use those chapters below. And throughout this video, I'm also going to be sharing some affiliate links, which typically will give you like a special offer on some software that I recommend. So I just want to let you know, if you choose to use those links, all the links will be down in the description, and I will get a little bit of a kickback when you use my link. But in exchange, you'll get a little bit of a discount for using those software. So feel free to use those in the description. So let's get into what is print on demand. Print on demand is like drop shipping for custom apparel and merchandise. You upload designs to a print on demand software. When your customer makes a purchase on your website, the print on demand company prints the item and ships it to your customer for you automatically. So if you're familiar at all with the concept of drop shipping essentially means that you are the seller, and when you sell an item to your customer, somewhere the manufacturer or the supplier is actually going to ship that item that the customer purchased directly to your customer for you, meaning you don't have to hold inventory, and you only pay for the items you sell one at a time, which is really, really cool. And I've got a couple other illustrations here to show you kind of how that works if you don't quite pick up on that definition here. So here's a little bit more of an illustration here on how print on demand works. Step one, you upload an image, which is going to be like a design for a t-shirt or another apparel product. You're going to place that image on a product. So you're going to choose a product. Maybe it's a blank t-shirt, maybe it's a mug, something like that. And you're going to place that image on that product. Then you're going to list the product for sale on your website or even on a marketplace like Etsy or Amazon, and you can price it at whatever you want. Then the customer is going to come to your website or the marketplace and order the product from you. At that point, that order is going to be sent over to a factory, the print on demand company in this case, that's going to print that order, that item, and ship it directly to your customer. That's the last step you see here. Now, I also have an illustration here of kind of how the payment process works. So if you're still a little bit fuzzy on this, this might help you a little bit more. So after you've created a product with print on demand, this is what's gonna happen. A customer is gonna come to your website and they're gonna make an order. We've all done this, right? We go to e-commerce websites every day, we put in our credit card and we buy things. In this example, we're gonna say that they spend about $30. So the customer comes to your website and spends $30. So there's their money, right? They use their credit card and that's your store. So they order some products from your store. When your customer puts in that credit card on your website, that money from the customer is processed through a payment provider. In this example, it's going to be Shopify Payments, which is powered by Stripe. So that's simply a company that allows you to take credit card payments on your website. So that customer's money is processed through a payment provider. And then the order details are sent to your print on demand provider that you have connected up with. In this example, it's going to be Gelato. In this tutorial, we're talking about Shopify and Gelato print on demand. So two things are happening simultaneously. When your customer makes an order on your website, their credit card is being processed through the payment processor, and the order details are being sent over to your print on demand provider, in this case, Gelato. And these things are kind of happening right after the customer makes a purchase, and they're happening automatically. Then the print on demand company, in this case Gelato, is going to charge you for the cost of the items. Then they're going to print and ship the item to your customer. So in this example, let's say your cost was $14. So the customer spent $30. That's sent over to the payment provider. And Gelato charges you $14 for the cost of the item. And then 2 business days later, Shopify pays your bank account $30. This could be any payment provider, but in this example, it's Shopify Payments, and they're gonna pay your bank account out that full $30. So if we take into account the cost of the items being about $14, and the total amount that the customer spent on your website of $30, that's gonna leave a profit for you of about $16 that you've made on that sale. So hopefully that's kind of making sense for you a little bit with how print on demand works and how you get paid. The next thing I wanna cover and talk about is Shopify. I wanna talk about why should you pick Shopify as your e-commerce platform, and a little bit about what Shopify does. So why Shopify? Well, Shopify hosts your entire store, your entire website, your store, if you have inventory, your products, all that stuff, shipping, all the different things. Shopify hosts all of it. It's kind of an all-in-one platform, an all-in-one solution for your e-commerce store. It's really easy to set up. There are so many things built into Shopify so that it doesn't require you to use other softwares or third-party softwares and different things like that. It's very easy to set up and design your store and get it going pretty quickly. It collects credit card payments for you, as we mentioned in the last example, meaning you don't have to use a third-party payment provider like a Stripe. It's all actually built into Shopify, so you don't need any additional software, which is nice. Shopify has a app store similar to what you would have on your phone with the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, and this allows you to add additional features into your store by just adding an app. Now, this is one of the biggest things that sets Shopify apart from some of its competitors, is that there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, there's a lot of apps in the Shopify App Store, and they can do pretty much anything that you would need for a pretty low cost. So this is pretty cool. Shopify has a ton of features built in, but also has that app store if you need additional features on your store. Shopify is completely customizable. There is a little bit of a misconception out there that some people think that Shopify is similar to an Amazon or a Etsy. Shopify is not like Amazon or Etsy. It's not a marketplace. Amazon, Etsy, as well as many others, are a marketplace. On a marketplace, you simply list your items and you are in competition with hundreds or thousands of other sellers that could be selling those exact same items, creating kind of a price war. And you're also not in control of your marketing efforts when you sell on a marketplace like Etsy or Amazon. So this makes Shopify a very attractive platform if you want to build a fully featured, branded print-on-demand business. Shopify is the way to go. You own your marketing and you're actually building your own website and your own brand on Shopify. So it's very different. Again, you're not competing with other products on a marketplace. Okay, so how much does Shopify cost? I want to talk about that. I also want to let you know, we'll put this link down below. We do have a special offer with Shopify. If you want to sign up your account as you're going through this tutorial, you can go over to shirtschool.com/Shopify. That will give you a 3-day free trial, but then you'll also get your first 3 months for only $1 per month, which is pretty crazy. So that's essentially $3 you're paying for 90 days of using Shopify. That's plenty of time to build your business, to launch it, and then start actually making sales with Shopify, which is pretty cool. So that link will be down in the description. I do want to cover the pricing with you to make sure you know what Shopify costs. Yes, it does have a monthly cost. Let's take a look at that now. So Shopify offers a range of plans And there are both yearly prices and monthly prices. The yearly, you're gonna save 25%, and it's gonna start at $29 per month. Now, to keep this really simple for you, you do not need, if you are starting a brand new print-on-demand store, you do not need the $79 per month or any of these other plans. I would highly recommend, and you see that most popular badge there, that you start with this basic plan at $29 per month. And again, you're gonna get that $1 per month for 3 months when you use our link that's down in the description. Now, taking a look at the monthly price, that's gonna raise it up by $10 per month. So you can pay $39 per month on that monthly plan. Or if you go yearly, that's gonna make it $29 per month. But keep in mind, you'll have to pay that kind of full amount up front. So the first thing that you need to do in this tutorial is you need to open a Shopify account. And so I have my kind of test Shopify account open here for this tutorial. It looks like this. This is my OK Dad store. You can see there's not a lot of data in there. This is a store I use for demonstration purposes, but this is essentially the inside of Shopify and kind of what the dashboard looks like. You see an overview of kind of your sales there, which you can filter a little bit. And then you see a bunch of options down the left here that we're going to talk about more as we go through this tutorial. The next thing I want to cover with you is I want to talk about Gelato print on demand. And I want to go through some of the best features of Gelato and why you should use Gelato as your print on demand provider. Now, myself, I've been personally using Gelato and Shopify, but I've been using Gelato for the past 2 to 3 years. And I love Gelato. I think it's a great company, and I personally have had a really good experience with Gelato, which is why I decided to partner up with them. And they gave me a really cool special offer for you guys, which we'll cover in just a minute. But I think they're a great print-on-demand company and very easy to use if you are a beginner just getting started with print-on-demand. So let's take a look at why you should use Gelato. They have the largest network of global production partners. I believe they have over 140 production partners in over 32 countries. Now, this is the biggest thing that makes Gelato very unique, is that they can actually print and fulfill your customers' orders locally in the country where your customer is located. Now, with many print-on-demands, or I should say with most print-on-demand providers, they're gonna be based in 1 or 2 places. For instance, there might be a print-on-demand provider that's based here in the United States, where everything is going to be printed and shipped from the United States. Meaning if you have a customer in any other part of the world, that item is going to have to travel all the way from the US to the country where your customer is located. With Gelato, you actually get local fulfillment, meaning that item is going to be printed in the country where your customer is located. As you can imagine, this cuts your shipping costs, and it also cuts your shipping time so that item will get to your customer faster. And this also greatly reduces carbon emissions because that item doesn't have to travel on an airplane all across the world. In addition, Gelato has really fair and competitive pricing on their products. I find that Gelato is generally one of the lowest priced print-on-demand providers, but they don't skimp on quality. You still get really great quality. They also have a reliable and fully featured software. They have a really great app and software that I think is really easy to use, but also has some incredible features that really allow you to do some unique things with print on demand that you can't do on other print on demand softwares. They have integrations with Shopify, Etsy, TikTok Shop, Amazon, so you can use any platform that you want to sell on, including Shopify for your brand. But if you also want to sell on marketplaces, they have a bunch of really great integrations available. And they also make personalized designs really easy. I gotta take a moment here to talk about this. If you're wanting to get into personalized print on demand, meaning you're creating products where your customer can actually input some of their own details, like a date, a name, those kind of things, Gelato makes it really easy to do that because they actually have personalization built in to their software, so you can create personalized products right from their software. This is a feature that is really difficult to find with print-on-demand providers, and nobody does it better than Gelato. So personalization is really easy with Gelato. Now, as I mentioned, we do have a special offer with Gelato. We appreciate Gelato for extending this to our audience. So you can actually get 60% off your first order within the first 7 days and 1 month free of their Gelato Plus service when you use our link. You can go over to shirtschool.com/gelato, sign up for a free account, and then use my promo code CARRY in all capital letters, and that will get you 60% off your first order as long as you make that order within the first 7 days after signing up, and you'll also get 1 month free of Gelato Plus. Now, before I go any further, I wanna show you a few samples of the print quality from Gelato. I've got 3 products right here that I ordered from Gelato, so I can show you the quality from Gelato. Check this out. So first is my Shirt School dad hat that I've got right here. Yes, this is a fully embroidered hat. And not only can you embroider hats, but you can embroider a ton of other products, including apparel products. I've also got this really cool mug that has different color on the inside, and you can see that kind of up close here. I just threw this OKC design on there. Really cool mug. And I've also got a t-shirt here. This is an OKC design as well. This is a white t-shirt from Gelato. And man, the quality on this print is so good. If you know anything about print on demand or direct to garment printing, this orange color is really difficult to get bright and vibrant, and this looks so good. I also put just kind of a fake little inside neck label so you can see that you can do a custom branded inside neck label. It's gonna greatly increase the value of your brand and how much you can charge by doing those custom branded products. So hopefully that helps you see the quality of Gelato. Okay, so moving on in this tutorial, the next thing that you need to do is you need to get that Gelato account open. So you've got your Shopify account open, now you need to get your Gelato account open. When you use that link in the description, that's gonna take you over to this page. Make sure you see my very much younger looking face there when you sign up for Gelato. Now, feel free to look through the Gelato website at some of the incredible products that they have. You can see a few of the categories here, a ton of different products, including wall art, kids and baby clothing, and just a ton of other stuff. But make sure you come back to this page and sign up for free for Gelato. Now, I would recommend starting with a free account. You are gonna get that 1 month free of Gelato Plus, which is gonna give you some of the more advanced features of Gelato, but you can use Gelato as long as you want completely free. They do offer those different plans. If you want some of the additional features, you can click on pricing and take a look at what Gelato Plus and Gelato Plus Gold offers, but I would recommend most people on this tutorial just use the free plan and kind of go from there if you need some of those additional features. Okay, once you've got your Gelato account set up, you're gonna be inside Gelato. It's gonna look something like this, and this is the Gelato dashboard. So right here, you've got a bunch of options down the side to do different things, and we're gonna be getting into that in just a few moments. The next thing I wanna cover with you is actually creating a design that you can put on a product. So to launch your print-on-demand store, you're gonna need some designs that will allow you to create products. And I'm gonna be using one of my favorite tools called Kittl. Okay, Kittl is an online graphic design tool, a bunch of AI features built in, and I think it's the best for print-on-demand sellers specifically if you need an easy-to-use graphic designer. I'm gonna show you a very simple tutorial of how to use Kittl with the AI built in to create a really great design. So we're gonna go through that. But I first wanna show you the pricing for Kittl. Now you can absolutely start off on a free account. You're gonna have some limitations on that. I would recommend, if you can, to try to get that pro account right here, which is gonna be $10 per month. That's what I recommend for most people. That is the yearly price. If you go over to monthly, it's gonna be $15 per month. As I mentioned, I also have a really great offer for Kittl if you wanna use my link. I'll leave it down in the description, but you can also go over to shirtschool.com/Kittl, Kittl, and you need to use the discount code EGLERYT, EGLERYT. All of that will be down in the description. But when you use my link and my discount code, you actually get a pretty good discount on this. So let's talk about the monthly first. You're gonna get your first month 25% off with that link and that code, which is gonna make your first month a little bit cheaper. Now, that's okay, that's good, get a little bit of a discount, but the big discount is actually on the yearly plan. So on the yearly plan, you're actually gonna get 25% off your first entire year. So you can see it's $10 per month, but that's gonna be billed as $120 up front. You'll actually save 25% on that entire first year. So if you wanna sign up for Kittl and you wanna use my link and my code, you can get that 25% off. I would recommend the yearly price because that's where you get the biggest discount. Inside Kittl, we want to start a new project inside Kittl. One thing I really like about Kittl is that they do have these different templates here, or kind of presets you could call them, so that you can make sure you get your designs the right size. You can see we have a t-shirt template right there, or a preset right there. They also have this print on demand category. If we click over there, you can actually see a few different print on demand presets here. Now really, if you're going with a t-shirt, you can use any of these presets. And if you're using a product that might not be listed on here, because we just have a few listed on here, you can always go over to Gelato and find the actual product on Gelato's website, and they will give you all of the specs that you need to input into something like Kittl right here. When you talk about the size right here, as well as the DPI, you can just input all that there after you find that on your print on demand's website, and they have that available on Gelato. For this example, I'm gonna go back to popular and I'm just gonna click on t-shirt to start a new t-shirt artboard. Now, Kittl has a lot of features. It's really great for a ton of things, and I would encourage you to go sign up an account and check out all of the amazing things. But to keep this tutorial pretty simple, we're gonna actually use Kittl's AI. So I'm gonna click down here on the left on the Kittl AI button. A lot of cool stuff here. I have a lot of videos on my channel covering a ton of things on Kittl. You can definitely go seek those out on my channel. But for this example, I wanna encourage you to use the Kittl AI and then click on Image Generator. That's gonna take you right here. It will probably pre-select this turbo option. I don't actually want you to use that turbo option. I want you to click on Advanced, and then I want you to click this drop down and use ideogram. Now, what the heck are we even doing here? Well, what's really cool about Kittl is they have actually teamed up with a couple of different AI image generation softwares to allow you to use those AIs inside Kittl. And you see 3 available here. You see Dolly 3, great for illustration. Flux 1.1 Pro, great for photography, and you also see Ideogram, great for graphic design. I don't want to go into too much detail here, but I would encourage you to use Ideogram inside Kittl, especially if you're using text-based design. So you actually want to create stylized text for your designs. Ideogram does it incredible. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually also going to go over to ChatGPT. Highly encourage you to do this. This is a really cool trick that you can even do on the free version of ChatGPT. What I've done here is I've actually taken a screenshot of this t-shirt design that says grind never stops. You can do this with any t-shirt design that you find on any website. If you want to maybe create something similar with AI, I've actually uploaded that t-shirt design right here, and I just said, write me a detailed prompt to generate a similar design to the one in the photo with an AI image generator. I'm gonna submit that over to ChatGPT, and it's actually going to give me a prompt that I can put into Kittl's AI to generate something that looks similar to this grind never stops image. So really, really cool feature. So let's let this kind of finish out here, and then we'll copy this prompt and we'll just paste it over into Kittl and see what it gives us. Okay, so there we go. We've got our prompt here. Obviously, this is a really detailed prompt, but I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna go back over to Kittl, and I'm just gonna paste this in to my Kittl right here. Now you can see that it's a little bit too long. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm just gonna use this part right here. So we're gonna get rid of that last part there. We'll paste that in there, and that's not gonna be too long. Okay. Now, down below here, I'm actually gonna click on Vector Styles, hit Show All. And for this, I'm just gonna use T-shirt graphic. Now, I would also encourage you to maybe play around with the vector art, the line art, or even the coloring book setting. But for this example, I'm gonna click on T-shirt graphic. That's the one that I use the most. And I'm gonna hit this Generate button. Now, what the heck is even going on here? Well, we are using AI to create a t-shirt design, and it can do all the work for us. But after it generates this design, hopefully we get something good here. I wanna show you how to actually turn it into a usable t-shirt design. So you can see there, it looks awesome. And it looks very close to the actual image that we used in ChatGPT. You can see the image there, and our Kittl design got really close. Pretty cool. So I'm actually gonna what I'm gonna do is a couple things before we can use it in Gelato and actually create products. I'm gonna walk you through these. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to remove the background. Now you might not be able to see it, but there is actually a little box around this image that actually has like a white background. So inside Kittl, all that I need to do over here on the right is just click the Remove Background button. Now I click that, and we wait just a second, and now it has removed the background around the image. This is gonna make it so when we put it on a t-shirt, it doesn't have any like box around it, okay? So it's gonna make it much better. Okay, the next thing we need to do is we also wanna upscale it. Now what upscaling is gonna do is just make the design much bigger to make sure that the quality is really good when it gets printed. So we're gonna click on that upscale button. We'll give it just a second here, and this is gonna make that design much bigger. Okay, it says cropped image upscaled, original replaced and saved uploads. Okay, awesome. The last thing we need to do here before we can actually export it and then use it on a t-shirt or any other product is I wanna make it a lot bigger, and I just wanna make it kind of fill up the available space. So we're gonna do something like that. You can see it automatically pops into kind of the center there if we see those lines popping up. So we just want to get it, approximately in the center right there. So we've got the background removed, we've got it upscaled, and it's ready to be exported. Now, I also want you to keep in mind, you're not always going to get the exact design you're looking for on the first try, right? So if I didn't like this design, I would definitely regenerate it. Maybe I would read through that prompt and adjust it a little bit, but this is just one generation here. So you can see in this design, it's not completely perfect. The hand is not exactly like I want it to be. Also, the O is kind of still back there. So we could definitely generate this again. We could adjust that prompt. We could play with it. For this example, we're just gonna go with this design, which I think it did a pretty good job overall. So the last thing we need to do is we just need to click this export button after we've removed the background, we've upscaled it. And we're gonna export it as a PNG right here, PNG, okay? And we're gonna hit remove background right there. So we're gonna hit that remove background button. Now, I also wanna make sure this is 300 DPI for print on demand, okay? So I'm gonna hit export right there, and you can see it's gonna download it right here. Now, I didn't name it anything awesome, so it's just called Untitled Project, but that's the actual file that we're going to upload into Gelato in just a moment. Okay, so we've got our first design created with AI inside Kittl. Now we actually need to connect up our Shopify and Gelato accounts so that they connect together, and then we're gonna create our first product. Okay, so let's connect up our stores. So we've got our Gelato account open right here, And we also have our Shopify account open right here. Now at this step, I would encourage you to have both of these open in a separate tab. Just have them both open on your screen because that makes it a little bit easier. Inside your Gelato account, we want to connect these up. So we're going to click on stores over here on the left. Now, when we click on stores in my account, you see that I already have my little test store right here connected. Okay, Dad, right? But what you want to do is you want to scroll down here and you want to go to Shopify and click on Connect. When you click on Connect, it's going to open up the Gelato app inside the Shopify app store. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna click the button that is right here. Now mine says open, yours might say install or add app, but you wanna click that button. Now what's really cool here is once you click that button, it's gonna do all the work for you to connect up your Gelato account with your Shopify account and make sure that they are talking to each other and communicating with each other. Okay, the next step we need to do is we need to now create a product for our Shopify store with Gelato so that customers can buy the product and that product can be fulfilled automatically through Gelato. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go back to that stores option over here on the left, and now you should see your store right here, just like I have my store right here. We're gonna click on add product right here. And what I would recommend when you're getting started is just the single product option. Now Gelato has a bunch of other options there. If you wanna upload your design to multiple products at one time, you can play with that, you can do that. I would recommend the single product option. When we click on that single product option, it's now gonna pull up the Gelato product catalog. We can scroll through here and we can view all of the different products that Gelato has available, and we can add our design on any of these projects if we want to sell any of these products, I should say, if we want to sell them in our store. So we can scroll through here and we can find whatever product. I encourage you to do that. For this example, we're gonna use one of my favorite t-shirts, which is gonna be the Bella Canvas 3001. So I'm gonna click on the t-shirt category. We're gonna find the Bella Canvas 3001. This is $10.12 in the US. You can see with Gelato Plus, you get a little bit of a discount. You'll have that free trial if you use my link down in the description. But we're gonna click on the Bella Canvas 3001. That's gonna open it up for us to actually create a product. We're gonna skip this little tour, but as we get in here to the Gelato editor, you're gonna see there's a lot of different options here. Now, inside Gelato, the design editor, you can do a lot of things, including even creating your own designs right here in the editor. Now, I don't typically recommend you do that, but if you did want to create something really simple, you could use the graphics option as well as the text option to actually add text on, create a design with text and different things. Typically, you're gonna want to bring in your own design, and that's gonna be the one that we created with Kittl. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drag in that design that I created with Kittl, and I'm just gonna drop it right there. Boom, you can see it right there. It just loaded onto that t-shirt. Now, the next thing that I'll wanna do, you can see here, this is when I was creating my hat, had like 1,000 different shirt school little files to kind of get the right one. But what I wanna do in this scenario is I want to move this around and maybe make it bigger or smaller to make sure that it properly fits in that box. That's gonna be the print area for our t-shirt. So I'm just gonna adjust that. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit to make sure it's not too low. And I'm just gonna play with that until I get it in the spot that I like it. Somewhere around there is gonna be probably about right. Now, once I've got it sized up, I've got it in the place that I like it, I can also scroll through the colors over here in Gelato, and I can click these on the right as I select them to see what the design looks like on different colored shirts. And I can also hit this delete button if I don't like it. This is a black, and white design, so I probably don't want it on maybe one of those darker type t-shirts. But I can select through these colors. Maybe we do like a gray or a silver might be a good option. That one's looking pretty good. But once we've got the colors that we want, we can start to move on to the next step. So I'm just gonna go with white and silver for this example. I do want to point out a few other things here before we kind of move forward in this tutorial. Over here on the left, the big thing that I want to pay attention to is the personalize button. Now, if we want to personalize any design that we have here, we can click that personalize button. And we have a few options here. We have Shopify in-page personalization. We also have editor personalization. Now, Shopify in-page personalization is really, really cool, and it's something that's pretty unique to Gelato. Shopify in-page personalization lets your customer basically edit the design and add the personalization and see it update in real time. Now, this isn't the greatest example of a personalized design, but I want you to imagine that we can actually add a personalized layer here. If we add text and we just want to add like a name here. So let's just type in, a name like this, John, right? Now, we can also select like a different font up here so that we can kind of customize this how we like it. Now, again, this isn't the greatest example, but we could select from any of these fonts that are available in Gelato. We could make this a little bit bigger, kind of make it wherever we want it. And under that personalize option, we can allow this layer to be personalized by the customer, meaning the customer could literally come to your website and edit that name and add whatever name they want in there and have that automatically fulfilled with Gelato from your company, right? And it all works like that. So it's very simple with that personalization inside Gelato. Okay, once we've got our product created and we're ready to move on, we're gonna hit this continue to mockups button. So we'll hit that. Now, Gelato also has some pretty cool mockups available. Depending on the product you pick, they have some great mockups. So we're gonna wait just a second here, and it's gonna start to pull up some of the mockups. Now, there are free mockups. There are also premium mockups. If you're on that free account, you're only gonna have access to those free mockups, not these ones that have the Gelato Plus icon. But again, if you sign up, you get that free month of Gelato Plus, so you will have access to those premium mockups during that month. So we can select the mockups that we want. I'm actually gonna select this second one, and we're gonna make that the primary one because I like that one a little bit better. But once you've selected your mockups, we're gonna hit continue to details. We'll hit on that button. Next, it's gonna take us to the details section. Now, you can edit your product description here, but you can also edit it over in Shopify, so we're actually gonna do that. You can choose to attach the size table, both metric and imperial, or one or the other, as well as the care instructions there. You can choose to do that if you like. When we're ready, we're gonna hit the continue to prices button. That's gonna come over here and let us set the actual pricing. And there's a lot of different options on Gelato that make it easy to price your products. Let me show you a few of those right now. So first here in the all variants, if we just want to edit all of the product prices for this product, we can just type in right here and let's just put $32. Now, if we do that, it's going to adjust all of our different sizes and colors over to $32. We can also, it also shows us the estimated profit over here and our shipping cost to the United States, because that's what we have selected here at the top. We have the United States. So it shows us our shipping cost is $3.99. That leaves us with this profit, as well as it shows us the percentage margin. Okay, we can also elect to include the shipping cost in the profit calculation if we actually want to see what the profit is if we're offering free shipping on our website. So let me reset these back to $32. And now it will show us what we will make on all these variants. So a small and white, we're gonna make $17.89 in profit. A silver, we're gonna make $16.40 in profit. Again, this is even including shipping and offering free on our website. So we're gonna leave it there for now. We're gonna hit on that continue to review button. And if everything looks good, we're gonna hit the publish button. We hit that publish button, and what that's gonna do is you can see it's publishing right here. Now, if we wait for that bar to finish, it's actually going to create a real product in our Shopify store. Once that product is created, it's essentially going to be for sale in our Shopify store which is pretty cool. So if we just let that finish, I will show you that product in our Shopify store and kind of show you that live product. Our product has finished, so let's take a look at it. You can see it's complete there. What we're gonna do to find this is we're gonna actually click on our Shopify store. So open up your Shopify store, and from the home page, we're gonna click on products. After you've created a product, you're gonna see it right here. Now, we actually didn't title it or anything, but that's okay, you can do it right here in Shopify. So I'm gonna click on that product that we just created with Gelato. And if I actually go up here and I click on this view button, it's actually gonna open up the actual product right here. Like, we could buy this if we wanted to. We can select the size and the color, and we can add it to cart. You can see $32 is what we set. But we can also, right here in the product, we can edit all of this stuff. And that brings us to our next thing that we wanna do, which is editing the actual products that we create from Gelato. Now, kind of goes without saying, but you wanna repeat that product creation process for all of the different products you would want to sell on your Shopify store, as well as all of the designs that you may have created that you wanna use on products. Go ahead and create the rest of the products you want in your store. But after you've done that, we can edit the products right here in Shopify. Now we can edit this title here. We might just put grind never stops tea. And then right here, we can edit the actual product description. Now, one thing I would also recommend is using AI for your product descriptions. This will help you. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can do this. You can use the generate text button here with Shopify Magic, and you can actually give it some features of your t-shirt and it will actually generate a product description for you. That's really great. You can also use ChatGPT or any of the other AI tools to do that. We could start a new chat right here and we could just say, write a short product description for this t-shirt, and even upload a picture of the t-shirt by just like grabbing the mock-up here from Shopify and uploading it in there. We could do something like that, but I would encourage you to edit the stock product description right here. We want to make sure we focus on benefits, and what I would recommend putting in your product description is a couple of different things. The quality of the apparel item, how it's going to fit, letting your customers know how it's going to fit, how quick is it going to ship, what is the shipping cost, and maybe a little bit about your return policy, making sure they know that you offer easy returns. So you can update all of that right here in the product description. And when you've completed that, just hit that save button. After we've edited our product descriptions, the next thing we want to do is we want to create collections. We want to group our products together. If we click on this collections button over here on the left, this will allow us to create groups of products. You can see that I have a few created here: t-shirts, hats, bestsellers, mugs, sweaters. And you want to create a product category or a collection for all of the different types of products that you have. So we'd hit this create collection button. We could title this t-shirts. And then down here, what I would recommend you do is, instead of using the smart button, hit on that manual button. I like to do manual. And then we can simply search for the products that we want. So it might be this grind never stops tea. And you would just, in this example, in this case, you would want to group like all of your t-shirts together. So all of the t-shirts you created with Gelato, group them together right here in a t-shirt collection. This is going to make it much easier for your customers to navigate around your website. And you see this on apparel websites. It'll say something like t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, those kind of things. We just have those product categories that make it easier for our customers to find what they need. Once we've grouped our products together, in this case, it was a t-shirt collection, we will hit that save button right there to save that. Now I'm actually going to discard this one right here, but you'll be able to see your collections by just clicking on collections. You'll see the ones that you've created there and the ones that you have grouped together. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to edit our homepage. We want to edit how our Shopify store looks and feels for customers that come and browse our website. So we want to be able to edit our store. We're going to mainly focus on the homepage in this tutorial. I want to give you a really big tip here coming up in just a moment, but I first want to show you just kind of how the Shopify editor works. I want to hopefully make it a little bit easier for you to use. But I first want to talk to you about Shopify themes so that you know kind of what to expect on themes. Okay, so let's go through this. So in order to edit your homepage or edit the look and feel of your store, you're gonna click on the online store button over here on the left, and it's gonna highlight the themes button. Now, right here at the top, you're gonna see this is the active theme on your store. Now, if you don't know what a theme is basically just kind of like a template for how your store looks. And when you sign up for Shopify, it's gonna automatically install this theme called Dawn. What I'm using is the newest version of Dawn. It's Dawn version 15.3 at the time of recording this. And that's gonna be in your store automatically when you actually sign up your Shopify account. Now, you can also use any of the other Shopify free themes, or there's a lot of other themes as well, but I would recommend using one of their free themes. If we come over here to the Shopify App Store, we see they have a bunch of themes in here, but we want to highlight the free button. I would highly recommend that you use a free theme, and I'm going to recommend a few to you. You're going to see all of these themes are completely free, and they're really good. Like, all of them are really good. But I would recommend either going with Dawn, which is pre-installed, or you can go with Color Block, which is another good one. One that I really like is up here. It's the Spotlight theme. I like a simple, just very basic theme, and Spotlight does a really good job of that. But you see Dawn right there, Spotlight, or Color Block. If we click on one of these, so I'll click on that Spotlight, we can actually hit this Try Theme button, and that will install the theme into our store and make it live to where we can actually edit it, edit the look and feel of that inside of our store. Okay, once we've done that though, and we have our theme, and as I mentioned, you don't have to do any of that. You're gonna have Dawn pre-installed. We just wanna go to our Shopify store, click on this Customize button. Once we click on that Customize button, it's gonna take us out here to the Shopify theme editor. And so you're gonna see your website right here in the middle. It's probably not gonna have much on it. You're probably gonna see a lot of icons like this. I have a banner on this one and a logo, but you're gonna see your store right here in the middle. Now, this is kind of a live preview of your store right here in the middle. And what's really cool is Shopify is a visual editor. It has a visual editor built in. If you see these little buttons that say add section, or you see those little plus signs in between the section, you can click on anything here to actually start editing that section as you click it, right? Or you can add a new section by doing that. Now, over here on the left side, if you don't want to use that visual version, which is perfectly fine, you see over here on the left side, these are all of your sections right here, actually in a list, and you can hit add section. If you want to add something new, like that banner or a collection, an image, any of that here, you can do that here by adding a new section in right there. Now, over on the right side is the settings for any section that you actually select. So if I come through here and I want to edit this bestsellers and I click on that, it's going to pull up all the settings over here on the right side, right there. If I scroll down and select this one, it's going to pull up the settings for that. And you can see that everything is customizable right there in the right side, right? So you have all of your options over here. Now, that's kind of this top section. If we click below that on the theme settings, we have options for our logo. Here's where we can set our brand colors. We have our typography to set the font styles, as well as a bunch of other things here that I wouldn't recommend as a beginner that you really edit, but you do want to edit those top three: logo, colors, typography. If we click on logo, we can actually upload the image of our logo right there. Very easy, very simple. Colors, we can set our color schemes to match kind of our brand. And typography, we can change our headings font, our body font. We can edit all of that right there. So to edit your theme settings, right there in that theme settings, we also can go back to the sections here to kind of edit our overall layout of our website. And then all the detailed options are over here on the right when anything is selected. We also have this app embeds button. That's if you have third-party apps installed and you want to edit those, you can do that there. Now, that next brings me to my biggest tip for you when you are designing your store. And it is this: I would highly recommend that you model your favorite e-commerce store, model their layout, okay? Take tips and pointers from an already successful store. Now you can go out to, Google, or even go out to social media and search around and find different apparel stores. They don't have to be in your niche, but what I would do is just find a really professional looking apparel or e-commerce store and model the layout of that store. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's take a look at a little example. So this is a brand that I really love. It's called Middle Class Fancy. They have a really funny Instagram page, and they also have a really successful apparel brand. You see, there's just hilarious designs. Now, this is a really great example of a professional looking store that you can model. Now you can model everything from their fonts to maybe even their color scheme. Now, I would not recommend this if you're in their niche, obviously. Do not copy other brands in your niche. Please don't do that. But you can take cues from this, right? The big thing though that I want you to take from something like this is looking at their layout. So they have a banner here at the top, right? And after that, they have a bestsellers collection right here where they showcase some of their bestsellers. Below that, they have all of their collections. And below that, they have some reviews. So if you wanted to model this, you would simply go over to your theme editor and start adding those elements in that order. You can see that I've set up this similarly, right? So I have a top bar here that says free shipping on orders over 50, right? If we scroll up, they have a top bar here that says free shipping for US orders over 55. We have a menu with our logo on the left side, similar to what they have. We have a banner after that, similar to what they have. Then we have our best sellers, which I've added right below that, and so on and so forth. So you don't have to do this by trying to create something out of nothing, right? Find a successful store and model what they are doing. Now, again, I'm not encouraging you to copy. Don't do this with like brands that are in your niche necessarily. Find brands outside of your niche, but this makes the designing of your store, I should say, so much easier when you don't kind of have to come up with it out of nowhere. Okay. The next thing that we need to do before we can launch our store is get our shipping set up. So when you make a sale, Gelato is going to charge you the cost for shipping. We want to either pass that shipping cost on to the customer to have them pay it, or we want to maybe offer something like free shipping on our website and just factor the shipping cost into the price of the item. But either way we go, we need to specify how much we want the shipping to be on our store. So what we need to do is pull up our Shopify dashboard, and we're actually going to click on the settings button, and then we're going to click on shipping and delivery. You're going to see that right there, shipping and delivery. Now you're going to see a bunch of things here. What's really cool is that when you use Gelato Print on Demand and you have Gelato and Shopify connected, you're actually going to have right here app shipping profiles, and you see Gelato Print on Demand. So what it's going to do is it's going to automatically create shipping rates for you. Okay, but I'm going to show you how to edit these. So if we actually click right here on this Gelato Print on Demand app shipping profile, we'll click that drop down, and you're going to see that it has all of these different rates. Now you can see here that most of these say 0 products because we haven't actually added any products from those categories within our Shopify store. But if we go to Gelato t-shirts, we actually see there is 29 products, right? So what you first need to do is you need to take note of all of the different types of products that you've added into your store from Gelato, and then go find each of these categories. If we actually click on Gelato t-shirts, let's click on that. It's gonna pull up the rates for every country right here that it is charging. So you can see here, if somebody orders from Australia, it's charging $6.02, Brazil, $4.21. Okay. You do not need to go edit all of these shipping rates. What you do need to do is find the country that you are going to be selling in to start. I don't recommend starting when you start selling everywhere. Pick one primary country, preferably probably one of the big five, which is going to be the US, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand. Those are kind of the big five. So in this example, we'll stick with the United States. What we need to do here is we need to scroll down and find the United States. So I'm going to hit show all shipping zones, and we're going to go down until we find the US. Okay, here's the US. And it says US flat rate is $4.67. Let's actually edit that rate right there, and let's make it free, right? In this example, we just want to offer free shipping for the US, so we're going to make that free. If we wanted to specify some conditions like how much the order is, so if we wanted to do like free shipping over 50, we could specify that right there. But in this case, let's just make it free for all orders. We'll hit that done button. And once we do that, now when somebody adds a t-shirt to their cart and they live in the United States, it's going to be free shipping on our website. Now, my tip here would just be to make sure you do this for all of those different Gelato product categories that you have created products for. So for example, if you've created a wallpaper item that is, under this amount, you'll see it'll show products there. Then you want to edit that shipping profile. If you created mugs, you want to edit that shipping profile. Okay, the last thing I want to cover in this tutorial is buying a domain. Now, do you need a custom domain? A domain is simply like a .com, a .store, or something along those lines. And I would recommend that you do get a domain. This makes your brand much more trustworthy, and it's gonna be hard to make sales if you don't have a custom domain. Now, I think the easiest way to get a domain is right here in Shopify. So you can do this directly from Shopify. Another reason why Shopify is really great. Inside your settings, if you just go down here to the left, click on domains, you can buy one right here inside your settings. We will hit on this buy new domain button. When we get to here, we can actually search for whatever we like, and it will show us if that domain is available. And it will also give us recommendations on other domains we could use. So okdad.com is not available, but we do have some options here like okdad.shop. That would be pretty good. And we can scroll through here and see if there's other ones that might fit. okdad.us, okdad.online. Those would probably be all right. I would not recommend going with something like .net or .org or .info. I wouldn't recommend going with that. If you can get the .com, maybe we put in okdad apparel. Get the .com. It's generally going to be pretty cheap. This is $16 per year, right? There's also some other options there. If you want to go shop, that's a good one. You want to go store, something like that. All that we need to do inside Shopify is hit that buy button, and that's essentially going to do everything that we need it to do. It's going to install that domain right inside of our Shopify store without like any additional features. Okay. The last thing we need to do that we'll need to do to make our store live is we'll actually need to remove the password on our Shopify store and select a plan. Now, if we go back to our primary dashboard here inside Shopify, we can go down here, we can click on online store, and we can click on preferences. When we do that, you're gonna see that this option right here, restrict access to visitors with the password, that's gonna be selected. And you're gonna need to uncheck that box. That's going to remove the password from your Shopify store, and it's probably gonna ask you to select a plan, make sure you have your credit card input, just so it can charge you in the future. You will still get your 3 months for $1, all that, but you may need to select the plan there if you haven't already. Now, once you've done that, your store is gonna be live, like you're ready to start selling. But the journey only begins there, because the next thing that you need to do is you need to start marketing and selling your products. And so I want to kind of end this video by talking to you briefly about a few marketing strategies that we teach inside Shirt School. Now, if you're not familiar with what Shirt School is my program that I've had for the last 5+ years, and it's helped thousands of people from around the world start, grow, and scale profitable online apparel businesses. And so we have a course, we have a community, we do monthly calls, and inside Shirt School, I teach a plethora of different marketing strategies and tactics to actually get sales. And so I want to talk to you briefly about a few of those. One of the things I teach to my students very early on in their journey after they've got that store built is that I think that you should go one of two ways with your initial marketing strategies. And there's really two different paths. One is free and organic, but it takes longer to get that traction and start getting those sales. And the other one is paid, where you can use paid ads. Now, the benefit with paid ads is that it's gonna be quicker to get sales. Facebook ads, Instagram ads, maybe even TikTok ads, it's gonna be quicker to get sales. The downside with ads is there is a learning curve and there is risk of wasting money and not getting sales. So with free and organic strategies, there is very little risk, right? There's not a lot of risk, but it's gonna take a little bit longer. With paid strategies, such as paid ads, there's gonna be higher risk, but it's gonna get you results a little bit quicker. Now, let's talk a little bit about some of the strategies I actually teach inside Shirt School. So first of all, talking about paid ads. If you do actually wanna go that paid ad route, first of all, I would still recommend Facebook and Instagram ads. Yes, TikTok is amazing. There's Google ads, there's all these different ones. Facebook and Instagram ads still give you, as the seller, the highest return on investment of any of the paid marketing channels. Here's a great example of one of our students' ads, from a recent ad from one of our students that sold multiple thousands of dollars profitably with Facebook and Instagram ads. Now, this is the actual ad here. I wanna just kind of break it down with you. This is an example of a really good ad. You might be thinking, do I need video? Do I need those kind of things? And we actually find that simple image ads still convert really, really well, even in 2025 on Facebook and Instagram ads. So this is an example here. Yes, you need this shirt, a little laughter emoji. Save $5 today with code BEARS23. And then it has a t-shirt and a little tree. It says, we plant a tree with every item purchased. You see the mock-up here. A couple things that this mock-up has. This is an AI generated mock-up. So if you're thinking AI generated mock-ups don't work, they absolutely work. They do really well. This ad did really well. Okay. It's an AI generated ad. This ad has a customer on it that looks like a person that looks like one of their ideal customers. So it fits their kind of demographic they're going for. It's also in the right setting. So they're an outdoors focused brand. So you see that this image is set kind of in the mountains. And next, it's got a really great design and it's very simple. It's a simple, just a great design, right? Nothing too complex, one color. I like simple designs. I recommend simple designs. And it's also got the focus of the image is that design. That's kind of where your eyes naturally go, is to that design. So it's made the design the hero of the mock-up, which is really important. So that's really great. And then down here, they've got the kind of like headline, hiking groups, bears like options. This is a super simple ad, but it sells really, really well. So I wanted to give you kind of a quick example of what a great paid ad looks like from one of our students. It doesn't have to be complex. It doesn't have to be a complicated video ad or anything like that. This is a simple image-based ad that converted really well. It's set up in Facebook to optimize for purchases, meaning you're telling the Facebook algorithm to get you sales, not clicks or engagement, those kind of things. And it's really successful. And we teach inside Shirt School the Facebook and Instagram ad strategies, kind of from beginner up to advanced. It's all in there for you to learn. I also want to talk to you real quickly about our 3 primary free or organic strategies that we teach inside Shirt School. I want to touch on those a little bit. So the first of all, we teach you how to build an audience and convert them to sales through content on social media. So how to build a content-focused business that sells your t-shirts. This is gonna be comprised of, you're gonna have a niche and you're gonna start creating content around that niche. And we show you the software to use, the apps to use. We show you how to come up with topics and different things, and then how to create that content inside Shirt School and then convert those eyeballs into actual sales. Now, a lot of that in today's world is gonna be with short form videos such as Reels and TikToks and those kind of things. Those are getting the most views and engagement to kind of build an audience, and then we need to convert those into sales. We also teach a strategy for direct message selling where you can proactively sell your products in direct messages, which is really cool and unique to Shirt School. And we also teach you how to use influencer marketing, which allows you to partner up with people who have already built an audience inside your niche. This is going to give you access to an audience before you even do the work to build an audience, right? You just partner up with somebody who already has an audience. So those are kind of a little bit about what we teach inside Shirt School. I also want to show you kind of a sneak peek into the back end of Shirt School. So when you actually are a Shirt School member, and we have nearly 2,000 students all around the world using Shirt School, this is what the program actually looks like. And so once you get inside Shirt School, you actually have 86 lessons right here. You can see that right there, over 7 modules. This is kind of what the main dashboard looks like. You can access all of these different in-depth modules with video lessons over here on the left. Again, 86 lessons over 7 modules. You can see inside what I just talked about, inside module 5, you have free versus paid marketing, and then all the detailed training on the strategies, content, what kind of content to post, creating original content, all of that step-by-step tutorial in there. And then over on the right, you see a few other things like your access to all the bonus courses we have, such as our Facebook and Instagram course, tools and software we recommend, our community. Yes, we have an awesome, vibrant community where our students hang out, encourage each other, and offer tips and those kind of things. So I just wanted to show you a little bit about what the inside of Shirt School looks like, because obviously in this tutorial we've covered a lot over the last hour plus. But if you want to go deeper on these subjects, I want to encourage you to go watch a free class over at shirtschool.com. So I'll leave this link down in the description, but you can go to shirtschool.com and watch a free class where I talk about our unique Shirt School system. I show you a bunch of case studies and testimonials from students we've had over the years that have had a lot of success, even 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, and 7 figures plus in sales. And at the end of that video class, you'll get an opportunity to join Shirt School. So I'll give you all the details on how much Shirt School costs and what's included, and a bunch of different bonuses and all that kind of stuff. And so you can see all those details and watch that free class over at shirtschool.com. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. And if you found it valuable and you want to watch more videos from me on Shopify or print on demand, I've created a playlist with all the videos from my channel so you can easily find them in one place. Just click here to watch those videos.